Hello, my fellow founders! This is Mloentje, and welcome back to Foundation, guys. First off, no episode on Wednesday was completely my fault. I'll explain in a second, guys, what actually happened. In the meantime, we kind of want to do something. Select mandate, and then we can see here, prospect a mineral deposit. Now, why do I want to start with that one? Because right now over here, I actually have a stone deposit and an iron deposit, guys. So I was just thinking that while gathering it, they were talking about these like little stones that they were gonna find. But apparently they're talking about the big stones, and we want to upgrade. Yeah, you're gonna look at that. Look at it. We'll talk about it in a second. We want to build an extra, like, we want to expand our stone and our iron, guys. That is the most important thing that I need to do right now. And like I said, I'll explain in a second. So I kind of don't want to build around this rock. I said before that I kind of wanted to build my iron or my stone work over here. Now we can look at this one and we can see that there's like 3 outlines over here, meaning that there's going to be 3 deposits over here as well. Now we do not know yet which deposits these are. So to find out about what deposits they actually are, and I'm hoping on 2 iron and 1 stone, because it might be possible that I make my iron over here as well. We're gonna do a select mandate, and then we can see the locate the mineral deposit. So if I would do this one, he is basically gonna find out this one, what that one is gonna do. But I kind of want to do another one. Where is this one? This one is behind my village. Nope. 450. Same one. Same one. I think this is the one that we actually want to do. Yeah. Select mandate. So we are gonna prospect this one. That's the first thing I want to do, and then I'm gonna speed up time, make sure that he prospects faster. Now, okay, let me explain, guys. On Wednesday, I came home from work and I was like, okay, let's get in here, let's record, guys. And I basically did something I shouldn't have done, and that is with mandates, promote villagers to higher status, open list. I did promote all, and that started a chain reaction of disastrous proportions. I think I left the previous episode with 330 population. I think around an hour after I did upgrade all, I was left with 150 population. Everybody was leaving because there was not enough room, and well, basically I did not have the resources. I don't have the polished stone, and I don't have the planks and everything else that I need to upgrade to, well, these wonderful looking buildings, these medium quality houses. Everybody was looking for materials, and my entire village was under construction, and nobody was doing their job. So food was running out, fish was running out, berries was running out, everything was running out. And then on top of that, like, we basically didn't have because, well, the new people, the new, where can we see that properly? So mandates, open lists. So they need refined food, right? But they also need goods and entertainment. So basically everybody was calling, oh, I don't have entertainment, because the three that I placed right now, the berry brewer over here, the service counter and berry brewer, like 4 that I have right now, was not enough. Like, people were leaving in masses. I think 6 o'clock or around 4 o'clock in the morning, I had like 150 villagers left out of the 330 that I started my episode off. My village was dying rapidly. We were going broke. Like, we were having, it was like, oh no, this, I made a mistake and I need to fix this. So I went back to an earlier save. I'm like I said, I'm really completely honest in everything that I play. I'm not gonna tell you like, oh yeah, this is where I left off and this is what I did and nothing happened. No, like it was a catastrophe what happened, guys. Now, another reason why people were leaving is because they didn't have service enough. So I needed to build a church in this area. And then they were like, well, we also want to upgrade our well, we didn't have enough room for more serfs more villagers that I was letting in. So okay, then we needed to make sure that our houses were upgraded. So then we needed to make watch posts. So we have a patrol, so they could upgrade, create more room to actually place their houses. And then eventually they started to become like happy. Like if we look at happiness, we can toggle it up and down. Right now this farmer has 80% of its needs met, but it's only happy because there is 5% not in events. Now events is actually when you host festivals, or if you for instance, if you have a lot of I think a lot of food, and it gives you like, oh, your villagers are happy because there is abundance perks. It gives like 10%. From time to time, your villagers will need these events because their happiness can really, like at one point I had events like -60. Their happiness was at 35 and they were like at 60 for events, and they were just leaving because they were unhappy. So what I had to do was really create like a new village. Like now we have a patrol over here. We have the density houses over here everywhere. We have the rustic church, and then we also demolished some houses, and we placed in, of course, a service counter, because, well, eventually these people are gonna be upgraded to the next tier as well, and that would mean that they would need berry brew. And then, of course, they would need goods, and they would need food. And I was like, okay, common clothes, 30, bread, berries, fish, right? That's what they need. And well, I decided to place like a granary next to the market, and then say, okay, I want to stock the maximum amount of bread, fish, and berries in here, so these guys don't need to run all the way to this city to get their goods to bring it back, because that means in the time that they are away from their market stalls, they are not selling their goods to villagers. And I think going forward, this is definitely something that I need to do. I need to make sure that wherever I sell my goods, I need to have a warehouse, a granary, that actually says, okay, I'm going to keep the maximum amount of goods in this warehouse, because then we basically have 24/7 uptime. Before this granary, my people were still not happy. My people were still leaving. Like, they were able to actually get their hands on the goods, but they were constantly, there's not enough, there's not enough. Every time they visit the stall, it was out because the dudes were getting more. So this is definitely like, this is the way to go in this game. If you build a marketplace anywhere, you want to have like 100% uptime on goods in this. That's also these transporters, the only thing they do is make sure that this is completely always full. Now, I'm gonna need to do the same later on for the clothes as well. Right now, these guys have not upgraded yet, because, well, they do have the beautification in here. So every house, again, has... So they have the possibility, as you can see, light fortification, patrol coverage, but there's just... I just didn't upgrade them to commoner yet. Like, every farmer is gonna be... Like, those are gonna be the last ones that I actually am gonna upgrade to farmer, guys. But yeah, that's kind of what happened in the meantime. Like I said, you need to make it into a separate village. It needs to be able to function on its own, else your people are just gonna leave. It is gonna happen, guys. So we got a lot of wheat that we can store in here. Like, these are all wheats, two wheats that we can store here. The church, we got a bakery here as well. So we are making, because we are close to the grain, right? So it makes sense that well, we got the windmills over here, which are overflowing. The windmills are producing really fine. And look at this, guys. With the happiness of the villagers, my granary, my grain field, or my wheat field is actually completely filled out. Like, it was the happiness of the villagers that, and they needed to gather the goods from just all over the place instead of being able to locally do their shopping. And they needed to go to the other church in the other village. Like, they needed to be away from this part of the town too much for them to actually properly do their job. And they just weren't happy enough to do their job. So yeah, this is really, really nice. And I think this is kind of self-sufficient right now, right? And this is also why I started my episode off with, did you actually... Is he still busy? Because we need to go into mandates. We definitely want to make sure that, well, right now, stone and iron are the issue, guys. Stone and iron are the issue. We just don't have enough iron. The charcoal, no issue. I can make as much as possible, but stone and iron is a big setback. So that is what we are gonna focus on today. Now, earlier I said I wanted to make my, like, there is a whole lot more iron now here than I first saw. That is really, really weird, but that's really, really good as well. But if we have big nodes that we can farm on, I think that would give us more, right? Like if we click on this, it says edit building. With edit building, we can place queries. Best suited to serves, resources needed. So we cannot upgrade these guys that work here into commoners, because it's best suited to serves. Can be extracted by building a query on it. So for now, we are gonna need to do something else, and that's actually buy more land, right? So let's buy this piece of land, and then we instantly are gonna upgrade massively. So buy this one, and this one. Thing. 70 a month. Yeah, don't really feel like I need to start building in this area. Plus the borderline is here. Not sure, later on we might actually make like a second granary, like we did this one behind here. For now, I just want to have this area unlocked to kind of make a second village, but then only focusing on this, right? Like this is gonna be our main hub to get stone and iron now in the game, and that means we're gonna set up a village around here somewhere. We've got some iron over here, we got some stone over here, so that definitely makes sense. So what I'm gonna do next is we're gonna paint, and we're gonna say remove resources, guys. We want to look at the terrain that we are gonna build with, so I'm just gonna remove everything. Now don't worry, I know what you might be thinking. Is this all? I thought I bought more. Now we're gonna go small, because some of these we don't want to actually demolish. Oh, go. We want to make sure that we keep the stone deposits, right? And then the berry bushes as well. Want to keep this one. Want to keep this one. So I'm gonna keep myself busy a little bit. We don't want to demolish this. We want to keep farming there. We want to demolish this. I'm gonna quickly look. We've got some berries over here. Yeah, berry gatherers is still pretty important. So definitely want to make sure that I don't remove those. And then I also want to make sure that select mandate. He's actually done. He's done, but we can't see it yet. What actually? Oh, stone. Is it stone deposit? Yeah, I can't click on this one. Can't click on this one. So it is a stone deposit. Okay. Let's yeah, look at this. This is so satisfying now that they're finally filling it up. This is so satisfying. Let's do this and then go select mandate and then check it out. Is it this one? No, that's on top of the hill. Down the hill? Where the hell is the... Yeah, that one. So this one. Okay, let's prospect this one, and then I think the one next to it, 450 meters away, gonna need to prospect as well. Look at this dude. He's actually testing the minerals. He's actually... I was wondering, like, okay, we send him out to go inspect what he's actually doing. He takes a piece of rock from the rock, a sample, and then chisels it down to see what's in it. Yeah, like the little details, guys, is so freakishly good. His little pickaxe. Maybe it is... Is it iron? No. Stone? No. Well, guys, complete surprise to me. The second deposit, we've got stone. We got marble. So, yeah, didn't know that. Marble is indeed in the game. And I believe, like, diamonds is as well. Because there is going to be... let's see. We got glass that we can create. We got marble. Gold ore is something we haven't found yet. And then gems. So the only resource that right now that, well, the rest we kind of need to unlock through through the progression. But the only thing that I see that we might find is gold ore and then gems. That would be really, really good. If this was marble, iron, and then gems or gold, like holy crap, that would be the trifecta. But we have an iron over here and a stone and another one that we can kind of unlock, right? This is also the reason why I did not earlier. I said like, okay, I'm gonna place my mine or everything that has to do with the metals. I'm gonna place them over here, and we also have a big deposit over here. But this big deposit only has 2 outlines, right? This one and this one, so it only has 2 deposits on it. And then we do have another deposit over here that we can check out later on. Maybe make like a query behind the but that's later on. We slowly progress, right? So the train of thought I'm having right now is I'm gonna build a village all around. So if we check out painting and then resource removal, like all around this one, and then make this like the quarry, like this is where all the miners live, right? And make a village around this one. Now we have like we have another one over here, so we are eventually gonna need to set this one up. If we want to have our production upgraded, we need to set up these quarries. It's going to be so much better than having like 1 stone deposit, right? Because right now 1 stone deposit is enough for, let's quickly check. Let's get out of this one. We have 1 stonecutter's camp that's going into this one over here, I do believe. And we have like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't have 8. Might be one of the villages that left that I didn't replace yet. But you can see they can keep up, right? With the 3 that we have here. So imagine how much we can get out of this one, or out of the quarries, guys. And it might be possible that we don't need to go for the smaller ones anymore, like the 3 that we have over here, the 4 that we have over here. Are you still inspecting? Still inspecting. Oh, I have it on 1 time speed. Let them inspect a little faster. Yeah, it's kind of the amount of chopping he does when it's on 3 times speed. It was like, yeah, let's slow it down. Oh, we found it's iron. It's iron. That's good. It's not gold, but it is something I wanted. So we have marble, we have iron, and we have stone in 1. That means that I can go in like completely into this village alone. Because the one thing we wanted to upgrade was our iron and our stone, guys. That was the main objective of today, because we need to go. Right now I'm at an equilibrium, I think that's the word, where my pasture takes me. Right now I'm making right enough shirts. I do have a couple of storage, but the second I make like a couple more commoners, the shirts are gonna go, and every one of them is gonna be shouting, I want goods, I want goods, I want goods. So what I was thinking was, we can go for, where the hell was it? Common wares. Unlock the production of common wares, a goods resource. So something we can sell, but for that we need planks and we need iron, guys. Right now our tools are not where they need to be, and they need iron as well. So basically that was my main train of thought. Like, we need more iron. We need more iron. Now I do wanna, yeah, now luxury goods. We don't have luxury goods yet. Village stone bridge. Might actually take a look at that one as well today. Yeah, let's buy that one. And then I'm gonna set up instead of the wooden bridges that we have right now, I'm gonna set up a stone bridge. See what the difference is. We have, yeah, I expanded our fissures, guys, and I also realized how you can fix it. Basically, you cannot edit a fisher's hut. The second you edit a fisher's hut, the guy is gonna say, I can no longer go to my boat. And you need to demolish it and place a new one. Like, all of these are placed, they're not edited. The second I edit my fishing hut, like, I want to remove it a little bit here, or I want to place it over here, it basically says, I don't want to work anymore. Because the boat remains in the river. It doesn't follow. Basically, once you pick it up, the boat should follow to where your fisherman hut is. Like, this is parked right now. But if you demolish it and place it somewhere else, the boat stays here, and the dude says like, yeah, I cannot get to my boat because my boat is over here. That's what's happening. So I had to expand my fishery, and Well, I have a lot of fish, guys. But it's all just in process of, well, if we're gonna get more commoners, surplus, that is good. It keeps our happiness up as well. 75%. What is your needs? 85 from events. Okay, okay. That's still... You have foragers, patrollers, the millers. Usually, like, the guys outside of the village are the ones that are the least happy. All right, nice. We've got minerals, we got stone, we've got iron. Okay, I'm gonna let them continue with clearing this place up, because that's basically what I'm waiting for, is so I can see what terrain I have to build with, and maybe if there's... I don't think there's any resources in the back, though. But I kind of want to see, like... I want to have the outline, right, of how I can build, else I can't see where I place walls. That's the first thing I'm gonna start with, is placing the wall around this place here. And then inside we can start deciding, like, okay, this is here, this is here, this is here. Right. So yeah, I'm gonna keep myself busy. And I was already planning to actually make a bridge from here to here. Right? Kinda, I do want to expand the second my stone cutting and my iron production is away here. I do plan to expand my village completely over here. Like, my village is gonna surround my entire kingdom. That is the goal that I still have. For, like, okay, we've seen enough of the game, but yeah, that's kind of like... I think the church we want to here have on this slanted hill, and then on top here we want to have our army, because apparently we can build armies, and then all around this place everything is gonna be one giant village. So the castle is actually in the middle of the village, right? Extending the village to the outside. We kind of started, like, maybe a little bit too much to the right side, but hey, what can we do? Oh yeah, select mandate. Let's prospect all of them, guys. Let's see what we can find, because, well, later on we do want to go into gems, guys, and we need to know where we can find these. And yeah, in the meantime, let's build ourselves a stone bridge. Where the hell? Bridges? Ooh. Oh, that's already looking mighty. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. No, no, no. Can't exaggerate that one. We could do this. That looks really, really nice. Too low, I don't really like it. And this is... I'm thinking about the height of where my village is coming, right? So now the only thing I need to do is... Am I gonna place it like something like this, going straight into the kingdom, or maybe straight with the waterway? Straight with the waterway is usually a beautiful thing to do, right? The low one, this is the high one, right? Something like this. That is actually mighty fine. That is actually mighty fine. Now, I do need to, like, scoot up, but later on we are gonna remove these with... How much do I need for this build, by the way? It's a pretty okay. 14 polished stones is pretty okay. Later on, we are gonna remove this wooden wall and replace it with a stone one, right? And then with the stone bridges, it definitely is gonna be looking mighty fine. I'm not really happy that it kind of needs to be less in here. I kind of don't like this gap. So can I do outside of territory? Wait, what? Oh, I don't own the territory yet. Well, we can change that one. We're still in the good? Yeah, we're still in the good, guys. 75 a month. There we go. Yeah, we're still in the goods. And if we are making wares, guys, that also means that we are gonna start selling those wares, right? So build and then bridge. And we do want to start the bridge from a little bit more on the outside here. Yeah, I want to do it one further because I want to have the high bridge, but I also don't want it to extend like into the village that much. I start over here. Okay, look at that. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. We have a high bridge, but it doesn't extend into the village. How does this look? That's pretty straight, I would say. This one is slanted to this one. This one is kind of slanted to that side. And that's good because that is going into our... And for the village here, it is pretty straight. Yeah, let's build this. And then what we also are going to do... We're not building anything right now, so we can do this. Let's edit this building and then say you. Apply changes. You as well. Make sure that they're kind of lined up. Oh, is there a... No. The snap point that I'm seeing is of the other pillar. Don't want to do that. How's it looking like this? A little bit. What side? I think something like this. Looks pretty... well centered, right? And there we go. Now the wood falls like inside of the bridge. No gaps. Yeah, that is exactly what we wanted to. No gaps. That is really nice. Yeah, they're bringing... So yeah, that's pretty good because the stone is close by. And this is also pretty good that the stone and this is... Well, it's not close by, but the most amount of stone I do believe later on we're gonna need for like our clergy and our kingdom, right? I do believe that's gonna require a whole lot of stone. That's also why we also wanna... Yeah, I'm losing my sentences. It's because I'm kind of tired of waiting. Can you guys not just remove this area better and faster? Holy crap. We're gonna have another kingdom by the time you're done. But yeah, the villagers still happy, guys. 395 villagers, 51 commoners, and then 344 serfs. What I should also do now for this area is actually place a taxation office, guys. Because right now, these guys are not actually paying taxes. That would be another part of the income. But right now, our income, let's quickly check. Budgets, last month, 787. Territory minus 1,100, guys. This time, mandates minus 100. So it costs 100 to actually go check out what the stone is like. No quest, no construct. We were still our trades, guys. Look at this. 1,900 from trades. That's insane. Planks 417, meats 282, fish 414, common clothes. We're still selling common clothes, but like I said, the second we go into commoners, more commoners, we're not gonna sell anymore. And the bread, we're not gonna be selling anymore. The berry brew, we're not gonna sell anything anymore. The second we go into all commoners, because then the moment they actually change all the houses, and we all want this right now, and we do not have that surplus amount to feed and actually make sure that everybody has their goodies. That is not where we are at in our game right now. It's more of a hustle to make sure that your servants are happy or your commoners remain happy than I ever thought that it would be. I thought we'd be like, oh, we casually build some stuff and we'll look through the game, but it is such a busybody just making sure everybody's happy and nobody's leaving. Holy crap! I didn't remember them being like this, city builders. Like this is actually like civilization building. Look at this. This is mighty fine as well. Yeah, I'm really happy with the bridge. It lines up so perfectly with the wall. That is really nice. And we could do the same here. Like the wall, we place the wall on this corner here. Yeah, looking good, looking good. Bailey found a gem deposit. A quartz deposit? Is quartz... marble, glass, gold, luxury. There's a gold deposit over here. There's a quartz deposit over here, and that is behind our castle. So yeah, that is where we probably are gonna set up the next one. So we have one more. No, that's only two. So it's gonna be quartz and gold that we can get from this place. That is really, really good. That is really, really good. We get our minerals, our stone, and our iron all in one place. And then we got our gold and our... Well, I think it is gems that we can get from there. Because, well, gold is pretty obvious, right? But then quartz, it looks like little gems. We'll have to see once we get there. But yeah, really, really cool. Treasury is still keeping up. Everybody's still happy. And my bailiff is gonna go out again. Deposit prospects. We want to figure out every location that there is. And these guys are almost done. Like, holy crap. It is such a big section to remove, guys. That is, it's insane. But they're almost done. I almost got the view of... Well, actually, no, let's do it like this. Yeah. I sometimes just don't get this game. I was like, okay, let's make another gate over here. That's a little bit closer than this gate to go into the next village. And that way we have 2 ways to go into the next village, right? And I only removed like 1 piece in the gate like this. And then placed in the gate and said build. And for that, they needed to demolish the entire build. And everybody who had a commoner house was like, I'm gonna go just... there's no light fortification anymore. Like, building 1 gate out of the entire wall, like saying, okay, I'm gonna demolish this piece of wall and build in a gate. Instantly said to everybody, whoa, there's no fortification. Let's all downgrade our building. So there's gonna be a whole lot of people that don't have houses anymore. Because I wanna build a gate. Like, holy crap, guys. They are building it, but... Look at the speed. I even prioritized it. It's not that much. We have more than enough. Like, don't we have more than enough? Where's all the... Is it all going into planks, the wood? Yeah, we need to upgrade the amount of wood that they can chop down. Like, we have, what, 15 people chopping down wood, and we don't have enough wood to actually... you guys can pause your construction, and you guys can pause your construction as well. Give me some freaking wood, so I can finish this wall, so people are not gonna move out anymore. Yeah, housing minus 1% because I want to build a gate. This game is ridiculous, guys. Ridiculous. Okay, so next time if I'm gonna do this, guys, I'm gonna do this right before I go to bed. 2.5 hours it took to remove all the resources. Like, that is insane. Like, holy crap. Next time, like I said, just gonna record a little bit before I go to bed and then just let them run through the night and actually clear it up. I was able to do some stuff, read some comics and watch a movie, but if I start recording, I'd rather record in one go and not be interrupted for 2.5 hours. This is definitely not something I was expecting. So yeah, train of thought around the vicinity, guys. As you can see here, I do have some lines that are pretty straight. So I can do this, but yeah, you can see here that I can place it. Like, there is a spot here. This is outside of territory, but then if I... Come on, there was just a bump here. Over here. This way basically is all in the territory. I don't mind that there's like 2 bumps in the top here. Kind of looks like an apple. So I'm happy with that one. We got an entrance over here with the train of thought that we have an exit over here and an exit over here. So if the villagers actually want to go to the market, if there's not enough stuff here, which we are going to try to prevent, then they can take the pathway over here. If they want to go to the church, they can take the pathway over here. Not sure if they're ever actually going to make a pathway over here. We'll have to see about that one. Made a pathway over here with, like I said, like, I do not want to get this again, where all of my houses get downgraded again, because I want to envelop one more, well, exit into my village, right? So instantly start preparing for that one. So if you later on want to go for more stone or for more iron, and I've still no idea, is it stone as well, this one? Yeah, still no idea what this one is, still need to send them out. We basically have a means to let the villagers that live over here actually go to this quarry. But for now, we are gonna focus on this one. We want to see a stone deposit, an iron deposit, and a marble deposit. How many workers we can actually set on that, and then basically how many blacksmith we can place in here because these are gonna get removed as well. So the outline is perfect. We do have some berry bushes here, so that's why I made an exit over here. We do want some berry gatherers in this village as well. Like I said, if you build a village away from your main hub, you kind of need to make it self-sufficient. So yeah, we are gonna start with building this. That is gonna already take in a lot of wood. So the next thing build that we are gonna do is resource production. No, we're not gonna do that one. Lumber camp, no, 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 no. We want to make sure that we have a bakery close by. I kind of want to have this wall built up first. That's gonna take a long time, right? Like, yeah, it's probably gonna take a long time again. Yeah, wheat farm we don't need. Windmills we don't need. A bakery we want in our area. We definitely want in our area. Maybe even a butcher. Because I have no idea how the pigs are in this area, but we might actually be able to catch a couple pigs. So we can actually provide this area with... Because right now we get all of our pig meat, get all the way from over here, right? So kind of want to make sure that this village and this village might actually procure a little bit more. We are gonna paint though. We are gonna say residential. I think I'm gonna make the entire backline residential, guys. And then just chop out wherever I don't want people to live, or if I need to spend in another yeah, you can see like the little gap that we have here, that's actually outside of territory, but we can still build our wall outside of territory, so that is kind of strange. So we do want to build again completely around the village, something like this, and then something like this. Gonna be a little bit outside. Kind of want to make sure that they are living as closely related to where they will work. So if we eventually get workers here, we can actually set them up here. We got workers over here. Like the workers that are gonna be here are gonna build over here first. Workers from the marble are gonna build in this area, and then the stone is probably gonna build in this area. Would make sense, right? So yeah, that's the first thing off. I think that's a good start already for the residential area. We kind of can fill it in, but I kind of want to keep like the storage buildings on the outside. Like I said, we want to make sure that the residential area is actually close by to everywhere of what we want to create. Then we want to make sure we're not going to do patrolling here, guys. So for now, I don't feel like we will need like 6 houses. And that's light fortification, which we have. Patrol coverage we can look at later. Housing is insufficient. Yeah, I've realized that one. Yeah, that's a lot of lumber. The rest we can manage. So build. Let's build this up, guys. Edit building. We've got, go a little closer. We got 2 attach points. So marble quarry produces marble best suited to serve. We can link one up here. And then the other one up here. Yeah, that is gonna be looking mighty fine. Holy crap. It is tools and planks, so that is not something. Requires 1 resource depot. Place required number of parts categorized as a resource depot. So we got a crane, which is a resource depot. A resource depot used for storing mineral ores and gems. Mineral ores and gems. Ooh. Okay. And we do have 3 entrances. Kind of want to split that up and do something like this, right? Then try to, like this way, we have them walking all the way around. And they're basically going to make a pathway. Now, I'm not really sure how many they can hold. How many can be expected by building a quarry? And we got a cart. This one, max 2 per building. So we might actually set up 2 instantly on every depot. Like this, and then something like this. And we have 2 cranes going into the 2 workplaces. Kind of want to place them a little closer, but as you can see, the markers become red, like the line where people need to run into. And that is when you get pop-up messages from your villagers cannot reach destination. So you kind of do want to not have that happen, right? Do want to set them up, yeah, like this. And then what do we got? We can place 5, can store up to 5 output resources. So we can basically set these all over. Do they have an entrance to them? Does not look like an entrance. So kind of want to set them up. Yeah, kind of need to set them up like this, because if they're gonna get pulled away by guards, I feel like it looks better this way. Let's place one over here, one over here, and then something like this. This one a little bit more, this and this. And of course, we are gonna build a warehouse next to it. So apply changes. That is a lot of planks, no issue. There we go. And then build, we are going to logistics, builder's workshop, granary, warehouse. We are gonna build a warehouse close by. That way we can actually stock everything that they, as far back as possible. Don't think that will obstruct anything. Let's build that one. Right now, we're just gonna build out the village, and then later on, we're gonna slowly increase the amount of villagers that we have. Right now, we just wanna build it out, right? Storage, so that is something I'm gonna do for all 3 of them. So implement this to the stone deposit. I'm gonna do exactly the same. We got 2 attach points, it seems. Yeah, 1 over here and 1 over here. Nice, and I'm gonna set it up exactly the same. Build the max amount of small crane, a monument decoration. So there are monument decorations, but it doesn't seem to be able to snap that. Oh, you snap it to the rocks. Okay. Let's place some monument decoration as well. And yeah, let's place up the carts. Let's place up the cranes. And let's set this quarry up to be completely built out. Alright, so everything is building or is built. Waiting for a builder. So not completely done yet. Looks like 4 people that can work here. So we have 4 people over here. We do have our warehouse. No serves yet. Like I'm right now I'm at an equal. I'm going 0 profit. As I can see it right now, my budget is like last month was 619. I spent 459 on construction, meaning I'm still minus 200. And that's because I am, well, constructing, and every type of resource that I'm not selling is basically not giving me the income that I'm used to. So this month I'm not building anything. I did build a bakery over here, or I am building a bakery over here. And then 4 regular village marketplaces, and then 4 of the goods marketplaces, because people will want to have goods as well as food, of course. So kind of a little marketplace. We got a well here in the middle so people can drink. And I placed the gathering huts. So 4 gathering huts over here. So this place can self-suffice on the amount of berries that they are gathering, right? So kind of, like I said, don't gonna bring in any villagers until this is completely built out. And then, okay, the first villagers I want to accommodate for the food, right? Make sure that food is incoming. And then I want to make sure that I do bakery. So behind the bakery, one thing we do want to build is a granary, because we do want... We're gonna build it right behind it. Let's do something like this, right? We do want to make sure again that we have food close by. We might actually do a granary over here. Not sure how these roads are gonna end up, guys, now that the marketplace is gonna be here. But we kind of can manipulate that so they use the same ones, right? Where the hell are we set this one up? Want to have it close by, but then also not too... Maybe in the back here. wouldn't be all too bad. Something like this. Then the guys from the marketplace can basically get their goods here. And then we get another warehouse maybe over here. And then the goods, we could also say 100% stock this, right? Then they would actually... Well, only the goods are only needed for commoners. And we're probably not going to build out any commoners. Yeah, this is looking incredible. So we got stone over here. So we are going to assign this one completely. No, that's polished stone. Completely to stone. We can hold up 400 here. It is nice. And I think later on I'm gonna build out a second one to maybe, well, the polished stone is gonna come. Basically, we have a stone quarry over here. So over here we are gonna set up the stone workers. We've got metal over here, so that means our blacksmiths and stuff are gonna be in this area. And for marble, I don't really know. There isn't anything yet that I know that needs marble. Or I don't have anything yet that needs marble. I do believe marble is gonna be... I think sculptures. Glass in exchange for quartz. Yeah, quartz is something we don't have yet. But it's also a mineral we still need to look into. Gold is something we don't have yet. Gem and gold. What uses marble? Really? What uses marble, guys? Is it somewhere in here? There has to be a use for marble, right? Gonna be for maybe monastery or something. Still so much to look into. I'm loving this. Slowly making progress, guys. Slowly making progress. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna continue setting up this place. And then slowly we're gonna be getting villagers. And we're gonna see how this place develops. But I've got a lot of thinking to do on where I want to build what. And I think for the marble, until we figure it out, the workshop area for marble is probably gonna be in this area over here. So the first things we are gonna be focusing on is the blacksmithing area over here. And then the stone polishing area over here. I think those are the two that we kind of need to look into first. Yeah, marketplace is gonna be good because the second they're gonna be, once we introduce villagers, we're gonna build on the outside here and they want food. That is good, that is good, that is good. They probably don't need brew, but maybe... Well, no, because it said, the query said, best suited for a serve. So we definitely don't want to make anybody else here. So we wouldn't need a brewery in here either. And now that I think about it, I don't think we even need goods in here. Because goods is only for the commoners, right? What does a serve actually need? Because that lowers the amount of stuff we actually need in there. Open lists. Villages must have needs. Entertainment. Those promoted. So we don't need entertainment for our villagers. For our serfs. Think they need goods. Think they need refined food. Think they need housing and service. So a church is definitely necessary. Housing they will provide on their own. We've got refined foods. Let's say goods. The beer or the tavern is entertainment, and that is really what we needed. What we needed. Call of promotions. Yeah. What we needed for the rest of the place. Even for this place, we kind of do not need a tavern here, guys. Like this tavern is kind of not necessary because I do believe best suited to serfs. So these guys never will turn into... Well, they kind of have the chance, right? Patrol coverage. So the only way I can keep him a serf is if I just don't promote him. So I can build it out and it might be eligible to actually go for the medium quality housing or to go for the residential citizens. But as long as I don't make them residents, they basically never change, right? Okay, that's good. Let's see how we can develop this area. Not looking good, guys. Like, the more we build, the more our upkeep is gonna be, because we have more logistics, we have more resource production. Like everything you build is upkeep, right? So we are building a village right now without any workers in it, so it's not upkeeping itself. So right now, last month, 255 in the minus. Yeah, as the second we start building, we don't start selling planks. As you can see, we're not selling any polished stone. And that is actually, well, we are still selling a little bit of pranks, but yeah, no polished stone, no. Yeah, this is, it's gonna go up once the village is done. To help with a little bit more income, guys, I basically placed a manor house taxation office in this village as well. I'm gonna place one in here because I do want to keep collecting taxes. And once I placed it, I'm still at 5%, but I basically now am semi in the plus. Because there are apparently people that don't pay taxes. Like, if I look at the happiness of my people, none of them are complaining about taxes. The needs are almost completely met on all sides, 100%, so that's good. Events. So basically, they don't really have events. So I'm gonna need to look for merchants, or because I'm mostly like looking in this area right now and not looking in this area. I'm forgetting a lot about people coming over with deals from the kingdom or from the clergy, and I can actually sell them stuff or actually host events. Because I'm not paying attention to that, it's basically not happening. But right now we are still kind of good, still building it up. As you can see, stalls are built, everything here is built. So the next thing I'm gonna be doing is actually building up a complete what is it, stonemason's hut. I'm gonna build up one complete one, as I did over there, over here somewhere. Think in this area in the back we wanted all commoners. So think over here somewhere, because we got the stonemason over here, we got the warehouse over here, and then well, for the marble we're gonna have to see, like, it, as long as we don't have anything that needs marble, we can't set anything up in this area, right? So we're gonna have to see about that. But first off is the stone production. Like I said, I am doing good, so I kind of need to take it slow with the building. If I would build everything in 1 month, my treasury would instantly be empty. And I don't want to create that, so kind of want to make sure. Last month I did a little bit of building, and this month I'm gonna do a little bit of building as well. So yeah, bringing you guys back like every couple seconds, well, not seconds, it's every half hour or something like that, once this game processes. So resource production, lumber camps, sawmills. We definitely need to set up the, what was it, the coal here as well. Because for the mining, we're gonna need coal. So definitely need to set those up as well. But right now, it's stone cutters camp. We can actually set up a stone cutters camp here as well. Because there is still some stone here and there. Got stone over here. Not sure here in the back. And the rest is actually over here in the front. Now we might actually set up a stone cutters camp maybe out here. That way they will fill in, the population fills in here and here as well. I'll make it a village, just a worker camp, right? They have their quarry over here. But first I want to see the production of the quarry, guys. So stonemason's hut, let's build one up. And yo, last piece of cloth is going into the stonemason's hut. So I built up the stonemason's hut, kind of not in a circular pattern, because, well, yeah, we need to be careful. I'm not sure where the residential area is, but not too far off. And we might expand it later on, depending on how many workers we need. Right now, as it's looking as what I've built so far, I'm at 72. 72 people that can live and work in this area. And that is without the hunter's hut and the butchery. As you can see, the hunter's hut, we do have a really good dense population of boars here. So I do want to set up a little bit of a gathering, so we are also on this side a little bit more proficient on getting the meat, that we don't all rely on that side of the farm. Later on, I'm probably gonna set up a farm here as well, because the density here is pretty good. And then We've got so much more to build, guys. There's cows, there's goats, I think, in this game. There's a bunch that we can still do. There's not a lot. This is why I didn't set it up in this area. There's not a lot, and we also need to look at what territory we can buy, right? And then if we look at the territory, so we can purchase this entire land for 75, and that is basically the entire location of the boars. So this might be something that I do after everything is settled down. Because you can see my coin drainage is still like, yeah, we're barely breaking even right now. So what I thought I'd do to actually start producing a little bit more already is my stonemason's hut is up and working, but I thought I would have more than 10. I have more than here. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is I am gonna stonecutter's camp. Destroy this building. Yes. And I'm gonna destroy this building. There we go. Stonecutters are down. Now what I'm gonna do with all the people that are basically without a job right now, I'm gonna let one collect berries. I'm gonna do one in the stall for berries, but I don't think I can set it up. Which one it is? Because I build them all in the same build plot. Basically, they turn up like this. Like, I have all 4 in here. And then we're gonna do one in the quarry. We should have available villagers. Why are... Oh, they're probably finishing up their work before they become unemployed. I think. Because we just removed, like, what, 10 villagers from their work? But no one is unemployed. So that is a strange one. Where did... Because I still have the same amount of villagers. Job. Bailiff. Bakers, blacksmiths. We'll look at that. We only have 2 blacksmiths, guys. Bunch of builders, as you can see. Bunch of butchers, carpenters, charcoal burners, farmers. Yeah, where are the people without a job? How can I remove 10 people from their workplace? But oh wait, look at that. So one miner instantly went in here. They're instantly looking for their own jobs. No, I need a miner in here. This is pretty cool though. They actually walk up the scallops or whatever it is. And yeah, these guys are all working here. So let's remove 2, add 2 here. Yeah, there we go. Let's instantly... Yeah, so yeah, they instantly were looking for different jobs. That's why they were not unemployed. Not gonna go into the marble, although... Progression? No, not progression. Where is it? Need to click on this one. Trade woods. Marble is something we can sell. And I've been upgrading my trade woods, guys. 275 to Northbury. Northbury is at level 5 right now. So in a level 3, 200 trade woods. 200 trade woods. I can unlock Davenport as well. That is actually nice. He's gonna buy bread from us and boars if we sell them. We might actually unlock this one. Yeah, let's do that. Any more? Yeah, look, Kingston as well. And they will be buying berries from us. For the rest, nothing yet. But it's not too bad that we already have them unlocked, right? Let's do that. So I basically need 15 for the last one. And then I have everyone unlocked. Okay, so yeah, we might as well start producing marble as well, guys. So they basically start buying it as well. Did I pause it or not? Oh, it might be possible that these guys are not working. Oh, no, no, look at that. They are building up a house. Okay, nice, 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 nice. I was kind of worried that because they needed to walk so far, they're gonna start complaining we are too far away from our work. Because they settled down here, right? But it's really good to see that they actually settled down on their own, closer by. Yeah, another house here. So the more serfs we actually get in here right now, the better it's gonna be. So I think we are gonna start flooding them in, guys. Just to make sure that we keep our stone production up and running and actually increase it right now. And that way they will start building up the village a little bit as well. And then once we start selling our marble and start selling stone again, once we not go into... this month seems to be a good one. Once we are in the plus again, like stably in the plus, then I will basically remove the smithy. That's gonna be the next part of this village, right? Like remove the smithy over here, remove the charcoal burners, remove the iron mining camps, like remove everything over here. So next episode we might actually like expand our main village, right? But first off, it's filling in this one. Oh, look at that. 2 villages, guys. It is gonna be exactly 400. And we get a pop-up. Population hits 400. Let the banners fly. Your village has transformed into a grand city of 400. The streets are alive with nattering neighbors and bonds who have created to make this city a perfect place to call home. Yeah, that took me a lot of effort to actually make it a peaceful. And yeah, the merchants are going to be visiting the warehouses now, of course, to buy the stone from here. This is also why we need more merchants. Let's put 1 transporter on this one and then 1 transporter on this one. So the marble gets collected in this location. The stone gets collected into this location. We're setting up houses. We need around 70 more to make this viable. In the meantime, while we wait on that, these guys are also gonna need service. So what I'm gonna do is look around. I think I'm gonna do it in this area over here, because we know right now for the marble we don't have anything to like the stonemason to transform it into another material, right? So for now, I think building a church over here to kind of fill in this area would rather be nice. So build unraveling the mystery tax. You learn Davenport is imposing a new taxation law on traded goods. The details are a mystery, but you know it yields considerable profits without impacting commerce. If you were to crack its secret, such a tax could greatly benefit your village. We will figure it out as we trade. Let my bailiff investigate. Davenport is unaware of the scheme. My edict privilege is unlocked. 80% route has been blocked. Yeah, I don't wanna. Once the elders will tell, the golden influence will allow one of the elders to share their connections and knowledge regarding Davenport's merchandise taxing. So if we spend this, it's instantly unlocked. Or we could do trading for the mystery tax. Start a quest. Create 1,000 gold worth of resource with Davenport. I'm not sure how long we have for this, because else if this fails, because we can't sell that amount in the... Then we unlock it as well. Or we can just buy it because we have the tax. I think one of our elders is gonna do it. It's not that much money, and we have the currency, right? We need labor influence for that one. I'm gonna do it, and that means new tax learned. Being in good grace of one of the elders, you have been given a copy of Davenport's trading law. Select mandates. Then edicts. Improve Norbury trade route. 550 bread, guys. We could do it. We could do it. Revise and edicts. Trade route, mineral deposit. Is it tax office? The bailiffs working fine. Art slip. Oh, it might be... Yeah. Village edicts, guys. And then extended village edicts. And extended village edicts. So we kind of need to look into that one as well. It's going to be for next episode. It's going to be for next episode. Today do we have more citizens? No. Today I just wanna make sure that this is completely set up. And good news, we found a gem in our stone quarry. And I've also been putting them up for the other query for marble, guys, because I kind of want to start selling marble. So 1 transporter and then 4 dudes over here chopping it down. You have 4 dudes over here and then 1 complete with 10 this time. And it does seem like they are stacking the polished stone. There is no stone in excess, though. So that means that this alone is not enough to carry these workers. Well, there is 183 there are 182 stone in here, while it can only hold 120. So there might actually be, like, this might be enough production for the stonecutter scam. That is really, really good. That is really, really good, because they're placing the excess in. Okay, that's really, really nice. So 4 workers equals 10 workers, plus minus. We'll have to see how that turns out. Got a church in here, guys. The marketplace is now completely working. Fish, berries, bread, and meat. I've got 1 in the granary, 1 transporter here. Make sure that 100% uptime, like stock to the maximum. We always have fish, meat, bread, and berries here. So our servants that live in this area never go hungry. There's always food in these stalls. Same with the village market. Right now I've got common cloth twice, and then twice common wares, and we also did the same here. Always make sure that the stock maximum is for this one, so we always have goods. Later on, the other ones, I'm basically gonna say warehouse 2 common cloths and then 2 common wares, but we don't have common wares yet. And then if there's other common wares, I later can change them out, right? But for now, that is kind of how I have set it up. I am looking for more people and then celebrate the fishes. Let's host a fair. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be good for our happiness, because we all need events, right? Events 1%, events 1%, 80% events 0%. Yeah, the events just started, so now everybody is happy with the event as well. Okay, pretty good. From time to time, you do need to host these events, guys. People are just gonna be happy. You do need to be sure that whatever event you are casting, for me, it's a fish event. You do need to make sure that you have enough fish in your marketplaces, because the travelers, the visitors, or what are they called? Can I click on you? Visiting serfs, they only will go for your fishes, because it's a fishing fair, so they come to your place to gather fishes. So make sure you have enough stalls so your regular citizens or your regular serfs still have fishes, right? So you're gonna need to get more fishes, or make sure that you have abundance of fishes. That's why I don't do a bread fair, although I don't think I've seen a bread fair so far. Berry fair, yeah, I think mostly a fish fair that I host, actually. The others I kind of click away, or it has to be like really necessary. Okay, so we got 1 over here, 1 over here. These are set. We got our priest, that is good. Bakery, he's basically making enough bread. Mostly it's overflowing in here, so that is good. We got 1 over here, that's good. These 4 is good. These 4 is good. Warehouse 1, warehouse 1. For now, we don't really need excess. So what I want to do is make sure that I've like at least 1 forager in each. I hate that there's a pop-up, right? It's a notification like something is wrong here. I kind of want to remove those notifications, and then I think right now we are at a better output of stone marble than we were ever before. Because I also changed what I want to sell to end this episode, guys. So the higher my population goes, the more resources they are going to require. So if I would say, like, for bread, I would sell everything above 100, then basically that would mean that I could sell 700. But if my villagers consume 100 in the time that they would produce it, then basically my villagers will be going hungry. So to make sure that I always have an excess of resources in my village for my serfs that live here, I set it to 300. We might actually increase this as we go along to 350 or 400, and then just say sell everything above 400, right? So we keep 400 for ourselves, just in case anything happens, like we have a baby boom or something like that. We don't have baby booms unless I invite people, but you know what I'm going for, right? And I did it the same with everything. Like meat is, you can see right now that 300 is like the bare minimum that we're actually holding. So we're not actually selling a lot of meat. Fishes we could sell as much as we can. We can now even start selling berries. So let's say everything above 1,000 berries you can sell. Because later on, we're gonna need to use the berries for other stuff. So I'm gonna make sure, again, that I keep a high amount of berries. So let's sell these. And then anything else that I can start. Boars I can start selling. But we just don't have enough because we're making the meat. So maybe later on, if I expand that, I can actually set it up. Right now, I'm not selling those. Not making cheese. Common wares, closely enough, we can start selling that one as well. Gonna be for the next episode. And then, yeah, hop, beer, herbs, grapes, the wood. We are not selling wood because basically we don't have an access. We need to improve that, like, drastically. Like, wood and planks is really an issue right now, which is weird enough. Stones we can't sell. Yeah, and tools, 200, but we're basically not making any more tools because our iron is not good. And that's what we're working on. And then quartz, apparently, is now resource here as well. Gold, marble, glass. Yeah, looking really nice. Delighted visitors. I love that. And our stone production, as I said, guys, is looking mighty fine. We are getting an abundance of resources built. 149 out of 120. It was 182. So they are producing more stone than even this stonemason hut with 10 can actually manage. So that is good. That means we have excess stone, excess building into polished stone. So we can start selling that as well. Stabilizing our growth. And then for now, like I said, I think I'm going to wrap up this episode here, guys. In the next episode, we are going to look into the iron deposits. For now, our hunter is kind of screwed because this entire area is new territory. So it's these. So right now, the only place he can hunt is, where is it? Paint. We assigned him a little bit of a place. There were a couple boars here, a couple boars here. There were a couple over here. There were a couple over here. So I assigned this entire area. So that's the place he's hunting right now. Way too far. We need to increase that to this location next on. And yeah, with the amount of stone that we will be selling, more taxes incoming because we have more civilians, more serfs. It is all in the up and up. And the start of our query here has been giving. So let's do this. Get a really nice picture here. A little closer. Yeah, this looks really, really nice. This looks really, really nice. And this is where I'm gonna wrap up this episode here, guys. If you want to see more of my Let's Play here in Foundation or any other game that I might be playing on my channel, just hit that subscribe button. It would always help out a lot. I do hope you enjoyed this episode. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.